be doing too much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lunch time with the bullies. Let me show y'all what I've been reading real quick. Let me show y'all what I was reading real quick, man. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you. And I am the best on the Eagles. What's going on? How's y'all lunch going? What y'all eating? Asparagus with the potatoes, because we about to get it cracking. Listen, man, you know, a lot of these dudes at this combine right now, I'm getting reports, I'm getting emails, I'm getting all this stuff in my inbox. A lot of these dudes running around here running 4.2s. 4.2s. They say Henry Ruggs, Henry Ruggs ain't run yet. They saying, who's our boy? KJ Hamler ran a 4.22. Unofficial 4.22. Jalen Rager, they say he running like a 4.2, 4.3. High 4.3. Low 4.2. Henry Ruggs said his mission is to break the 40-yard dash record. Come on. Eagles interviewed Hamler, I think today. Eagles interviewed my guy, KJ Hill. They interviewed the guy from LSU. What does that show you? That shows you, I didn't hear anything about T. Higgins yet. That shows you that the Philadelphia Eagles' emphasis is on a wide receiver. I think they interviewed Ruggs as well. What's going on? What's going on, Eagles realists? The emphasis is on wide receiver, man. They're looking to land a wide receiver in that first round. And there's so many to go. I don't think they're going to trade up. I'm telling you, man. I think if the opportunity presents itself to get Ruggs, I think they might trade up for Ruggs. But I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to trade up because Jalen Rager, KJ Hamler, you know what I'm saying? KJ Hamler, good friends with Miles. KJ Hamler went to Penn State. You know we love a good Penn State product. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see the Philadelphia Eagles being that thirsty to trade up when you don't need to. You don't need to. If Hamler ran or two, why would you have to trade up? If KJ Hamler ran a 4.2, why would you have to trade up? It's pointless. It makes no sense, and I just don't think that is needed. If he ran a 4.2, there is no need to trade up. I don't think you got to trade up because you got to think about it like this. What is Ruggs going to run? Is Ruggs going to run a 4.1? Is Ruggs going to run a 3.9? Come on, there's no need to trade up. Be for real. KJ Small. It don't matter how small he is. It don't matter. He could put on some weight. He could put on some weight, and he is going to put on weight. Jalen Rager is small too. Ruggs, I agree. Ruggs is quote unquote the total package right now because Ruggs got size and speed, legendary speed. But at the end of the day, I think the Philadelphia Eagles will make out excellently if they keep all three picks. I think they make out good if they keep all three picks. Ain't Tyreek Hill small? I think Tyreek's small. He ain't the smallest though. Kirsten, what up? D Jackson's small too, and a lot of these guys are saying that they modeled their game plans, they modeled their identity after Deshaun Jackson. Well, that's what Hamler said. That's what Hamler said. And this is real interesting to me. The Philadelphia Eagles are interviewing guys who made me and Philly 500 draft board. Hamler, KJ Hill, Henry Ruggs. You know what I mean? I don't really see him interviewing Judy or CeeDee Lamb because those are two guys that you could definitely count on being gone. What do I do? He ain't in the combine? Not much. We run a West Coast vertical offense, so wide receiver got to have speed. I agree with that. I can agree with that. Not 5'9", though. Return artists at best. Who return artists at best? You gotta see this is what you guys fail to realize, man. There's a lot of short wide receivers in the NFL. How tall do y'all think Antonio Brown is? I actually stood next to Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown looked like my little brother. A lot of these guys are small, especially slot receivers. If you can get a guy who you can mold into a slot receiver with 4.3 speed out of the slot, come on, bro. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And you ain't gotta be big if you could get behind the defense. Tyreek Hill proves that all the time. Come on. I think that cornerback Lamar Jackson is a steal. I agree. Hamler and D-Jax is filthy. Exactly. A lot of the best wide receivers is small, though. OBJ 5'11". But 5'11 really not small. 5'11 really not small. I think Rhaegar is undervalued. Rhaegar, in my opinion, this is the thing about Rhaegar. Rhaegar is definitely a wide receiver who could be used in multiple ways. Multiple ways you could use Rhaegar. Rhaegar could be a punt return. Rhaegar could also be a wide receiver. So you can use the guy in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna go out there as far as to say that he's undervalued. I think he is what he is. Somebody gonna give him a chance and he's gonna produce. Tyler Lockett is a small wide receiver. He is, man. Just get an SEC wide receiver. That don't really mean nothing to me. What up, Lord Brunson? No such thing as too much speed at wide receiver. Not at all. Doug Peterson said that recently. You know what I'm saying? But the Philadelphia Eagles, I feel like they're in a good spot. I don't think you got to trade up, man. I don't think you got to trade up. It's enough speedsters to go around in this combine, man. DH Eagle, what up? Lord Brunson, Eagles are going to be drafting 2 wide receivers. They ain't got no choice. You know what I mean? And it's a good thing that Henry Ruggs is going to run. They're saying that KJ Hamler not going to run because he tweaked his hamstring in the training drill. But the official time that everybody talking about is he ran a 4.2, a 4.22 or something like that, 4.23, something like that. They said he ran something stupid. That's Olympic speed, man. That's Olympic speed. You know what I'm saying? Olympic speed. How many receivers do y'all need? We need at least 2. You get one in free agency and you could draft one. I think people want big guys like Julio and DK. I don't know if a guy like that is available. It's big guys available. Michael Pittman is big. Michigan should note, I think it's like 6'2". He's not a small guy. Who else is big? It's some out here in this draft as well. But the speedsters are small. The speedsters just small, man. That's what it is. Ayuk is big as well. I'll give you that. Justin Jefferson, he might be big. What's the dude? Van Johnson, he's kind of big. T. Higgins, 6'4", yeah. Yeah, there's some big boys out there. It's a nice mix. I mean, every type of receiver that you want is in this draft. I got a good feeling something good going to happen. Something good got to happen. Think we need 3 wide receivers, 2 cornerbacks, and 2 linebackers. Van Jefferson, yeah. If Ruggs isn't there at 21, who do you want? If Ruggs, Chenault 6'2", near 230. Yeah, Chenault is a big boy, man. If Ruggs not there at 21, I personally would go for, that's tough. If Ruggs not there at 21, then you got to assume that CeeDee Lamb is gone. Then you got to assume that Jerry Jeudy is gone. You got to assume these things. If Ruggs not there at 21, I got to go with KJ Hamler, bruh. I got to go with KJ Hamler. I got to address the speed situation. I got to go with KJ Hamler. Hamler or Rhaegar, man. You know what I mean? You can't really, go wrong with either one. But a guy that's running a 4.2 right now unofficially, you got to go with that dude, man. Do I think they take a cornerback? I do, actually. Who's that safety from LSU? Not sure which one you're talking about. I saw a scenario where we traded up for CeeDee Lamb. It could happen. It's a lot of scenarios, man. It's a lot of scenarios to go around. Take that wrench. It's a lot of scenarios to get spread around. A little reach. What's a reach? KJ Hamler? How could that possibly be a reach in the organization's eyes if we interviewed him today? Everybody that they interviewing at the combine is a guy that they are thinking about taking with that 21st pick. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It don't make no sense to do it. You're not interviewing nobody. Now you could interview some guys and they could still be around by the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? By luck. But come on, who can't catch? Dallas looking at Detlef and McKinney. Dallas, you know what? Let's talk about Dallas real quick. Let's talk about our good friend Pulled Pork with the message of the day. Pulled Pork. You know, I think I'm following him on Twitter or something, but something popped up from his Twitter feed to my Twitter feed. Like, guys, I didn't think I even had to address this, but this is the facts. This is the facts of the matter. Carson Wentz and the Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz debate was over last. It was over. The last time these teams played, that solved the debate. It solved the debate. Y'all could talk about all these head-to-head matchups. Y'all could talk about everything y'all want to do. But when the chips was on the line and when Carson Wentz had to put his team in a position to go to the playoffs, Carson Wentz did that. Dak Prescott could not beat a wounded Philadelphia Eagles team, which is why Dak Prescott don't got a contract right now. The debate was solidified then. It was already solidified in my eyes. Here's another way to solidify the debate. They got the same amount of passing touchdowns, I believe. The same amount of passing touchdowns. Somebody would say, well, why is that significant? How is that in Carson Wentz's favor? Carson Wentz missed 8 games. And dude got the same amount of touchdowns as Carson Wentz. It's a no-brainer at that, man. Carson Wentz threw a touchdown pass in every game this season. This dude got multiple outings where he couldn't throw a touchdown pass. That's his job. Multiple games where he couldn't do his job. You know what I mean? I'm not entertaining no more Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott, man. I'm not entertaining that talk no more, man, because it don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Hamler, Jalen Reagor, and Denzel Mims are my dark horses. If we can get one of those stud receivers in the first round with one of these receivers, I'll be good. Yeah? Lil Bree, you going to be watching the Combine tomorrow? I thought the Combine was Thursday for the quarterbacks and wide receivers. Will you draft Moss in a second? Who's Moss? The tight end, Randy Moss' son? Hamler dropped 40% of catch opportunities last year. Probably. Man, if you got a problem with the dropsies in college, then that's something you definitely got to look out for. We're going to keep it all the way real. You got to watch out for that. You definitely got to watch out for that. Any word on Howard? I think the Philadelphia Eagles going to part ways with Jordan Howard. I think they are. I would like him to be able to get something done, but Jordan Howard is a little bit. It's going to cost him, man. It's going to cost him. Unless Jordan Howard could take like something small, like a little $5 million for next season, then I think he's gone. I want Lamar Jackson out of Nebraska. I like Lamar Jackson. Who's your linebacker prospects? I like Zach Bond. I forget which school he played for, and there's another guy from Appalachian State. I like that guy too. I think Holyfield was a sleep pick last year. I think Holyfield was too, that running back. I think he was. That's why we got a wide receiver coach. Hopefully he's actually good. I agree with that, Kirsten. I agree with that. What's good, Isaiah? Wisconsin? What do you mean? Bond from Nebraska? Yeah, I like Bond, man. I like Gaithers too. I do like Gaithers. Thank you, Tulai. You ever checked the wide receiver from Liberty? Who? Gandy Golden. I checked him out. Akeem Davis Gaither. He's elite. He made the draft board. What linebackers are in that free agency? I didn't dive that deep into linebackers available at free agency. I know it's a lot of wide receivers in free agency that are not named Amari Cooper or AJ Green. You got the guy, one of the speedsters from the Chargers is available. Emmanuel Sanders is available. You know what I mean? I think Emmanuel Sanders would be a solid pickup for us, man, because Emmanuel Sanders brings a work ethic that'll trickle down to somebody. Emmanuel Sanders is a master blocker at the wide receiver position. And you need stuff like that to help develop some of your screenplays and to get some of your runs off the ground. You need that. You need that juice. What about Vontaze Burfict? Ain't he suspended? I haven't looked at Clavion. Oh, you're going to address the debate because you're full of it. First of the fact that Dak shares his workload with the workhorse running back, and Carson passes way more than his offense. Yet they have the same amount of touchdowns. What are you talking about? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. Carson Wentz missed 8 games. 8 games, and he got the same amount of touchdowns. They didn't play. They didn't both play 48 games. Carson Wentz missed 8 games. Dak Prescott got an 8 game. He had 8 opportunities where Carson Wentz wasn't on the field to have a touchdown pass. Come on, man. Come on. He shares his workload. He threw for 4,900 yards last year. 4,900 yards. They turned it to a passing offense. He threw 30 touchdowns last year. He had a career year. He not sharing no workload, bruh. He not sharing no workload. Threw for 4,900 yards. And in multiple games, still didn't throw a touchdown pass. Stat padding, bruh. Stat padding. Burfict is reinstated. I don't want him. Did that this season. Yeah, this season. What are you talking about? He had a career year, and Carson Wentz had a career year. But Carson Wentz had a career year with nobody's at wide receiver. Right. Your best year, they don't even make the playoffs. You ain't missed nothing, man. A guy, what up? They got to pay Dak. Okay. If Dak's so good, why Dak ain't get the bag yet? Why Dak about to get franchise tagged? Since Dak Prescott is so good, why is Dak Prescott not paid? They're about to franchise tag Dak. They treating Dak like Ryan Tannehill. Couldn't be my quarterback. My quarterback out here getting treated like royalty, 100 mil. Wouldn't be my guy. I tell you that right now. You pay elite talent. There's no guessing about if Carson was going to be elite or not. It doesn't matter what we think of Dak. His team already told us what we think of him. Facts. I can say whatever I want to say about Dak. You know who agree with me? Jerry Jones and his son. The Jones family agree with me that he's subpar, which is why they didn't break the bank for him. They paid a linebacker. They paid an edge rusher who barely had any sacks. They paid a linebacker, an edge rusher, and a running back who always getting in off-field incidents. Dak is a model citizen. Never in trouble. Didn't get paid, though. Come on, man. Miles Sanders probably made more than Dak last year. I don't know why you still entertaining this, because it got to be said every now and then. When can we add to the draft board? I'm going to talk to Philly 500 today. I think we got 2 more additions that's going to go up today on the draft board. But as far as the draft board is concerned, where you guys get to vote on the last 2 entries, we got to see where we at, because we only want to have 20 entries. I actually lost count of how many people we put on the draft board. I know we're for sure up to like 15 or something like that. So once it gets to like 18, we're going to cut it, and we're going to let you guys vote. So that should be coming up. We should have our 18 in shortly after the con. Can I get a wrench? You ain't got no wrench noodles? You must have said something crazy to me one day, and I had to snatch that. You got to put Curtis Weaver on there. He's a linebacker / DN. Y'all board is suspect. You should have consulted me. You crazy, Kirsten. You must not be abreast of what's on the board right now. Ain't nothing suspect about that board. Ain't nothing suspect about that board. Brunson, what up? What you think about Antonio Gandy Golden? I like Antonio Gandy Golden. I don't think he's going to make the draft board, though. I ain't going to lie to you. Henry Ruggs said he met with our Eagles. He did. He did. Who's my favorite DB in the draft? Trayvon. What's his name? I forget the kid's name. Who on the board then, Kirsten? Who is on the board? Who is on the draft board right now that you don't like? Who's on the board? The board, I already know how Dominion. Trevor Diggs. That's what I'm talking about. Trevor Diggs. You got it, man. A Philly Talk podcast. Make sure y'all sub my guy up. Trayvon Diggs is probably the best corner in the draft, to me. I like the safety from Maryland too. He made the draft board. Who's my favorite QB in the draft? I didn't even look at none of the QBs because I got a franchise quarterback. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't really look at nothing that we don't need. Ain't no QB in the draft better than walk it to him. That's all I know. Tell her to post her draft board. I don't know, Kirsten. You trying to post your draft board? Hopefully we get Diggs. Him in the net from Ohio State. Didn't look him up yet. Didn't look him up. You know, y'all got to realize it's a lot of players in this draft. A lot of people in this draft. Should we go after Steven Diggs? I might. So Kirsten, who the best player on our draft board? I'm pretty confident you don't even know who's on our draft board. You don't know who's on our draft board. I don't think you know. Our draft board is elite level talent, and this is what we're gonna do this is what we're gonna do in the draft board. We're gonna break it down. The draft board is gonna be broken down into 3 tiers. You talking about must grabs at 21 if they there. Surprises at 21 if they there. It gotta be broken down into tiers. Do a collab with Kirsten. I'll do a collab with Kirsten. To the board, the board is fire. I went back to all those prospects on there. The board is fire, man. It's fire. I know like 10 of the guys. I don't watch all the vids, to be honest. I'm mostly joking. I know you was joking because the board is heavy. Devondre Campbell, who's that? Are you going live for the draft for draft days? I actually plan on being in Vegas for the draft. Hopefully I could be in Vegas for the draft, but we'll see. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here, man. It was good talking to y'all for this live, official video coming later.